I don't know what kind of precedent you might be speaking of. As
legal, just sounds like that's
something that sometimes happens. That decision, and I do not allow it in my courtroom in that way. I just don't, and never have. And those decisions as to that contact, I leave with the sheriff's department and our detention center. So I'm not going to allow it. I certainly understand it, but I'm not going
to them. If you didn't hear what I said or don't understand, just let us know, okay? Ms. Burns, turning your attention to September 26th, 2025 at approximately 1 in the afternoon, where were you? And how did you get there? Where did you drive from? And with whom were you driving? Was there anyone else with you?
When we arrived to Atlanta?
Yes. When you arrived at the barber shop, what happened?
I went in first. Well, when we pulled in, my Terrence, the owner of the barber shop, he went to go get something to drink. Came back, we went in the barber shop. I sat in the chair.
I'm going to interrupt you, and I apologize that I might do that a few times, but how do you know Terrence? And he owns that barbershop? Okay. And why were you both at that barbershop? And you said you were with Lamar Thomas? How do you know Lamar Thomas? How long have you known him? Is he your cousin by blood? You have to say yes or no. The record can't pick up a head shake. Okay. But you've been family. You consider him to be family? All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's not easy. It's very nerve-wracking. We'll just remind you. When you were at the barber shop, and while you were there, what, if anything, happened? While you were at the barber shop, what, if anything, happened?
What, if anything, happened?
Yes, ma'am.
As in?
Anything out of the ordinary happened besides you getting a haircut? Okay. So what was the first thing that happened?
The defendant came to the barber shop.
When you say the defendant, you mean a person came in?
A person came to the barber shop, Lamar, and the person made eye contact. After the person walked out the barber shop, a couple minutes later, Lamar asked a question to Terrence.
Okay, I'm going to stop you real quick. Can you describe the person who came in from outside?
Light skin, bro, like little kid.
And do you see that person in the courtroom today? Can you identify them by where they're seated and what they're wearing?
To the right of me, glasses, green slipper.
Your Honor, would the record reflect the in-court identification of, Defendant Smith?
No objection, Your Honor.
Without objection, record shall so reflect.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. Now, you said the person we've identified as Mr. Smith entered and then left. And then what happened? What happened after that?
Lamar asked a question to Terrence, and then Terrence answered the question that he asked.
Well, what did Lamar ask?
Did he have a bathroom he could go to?
And what was Terrence's answer?
He said yes, and his friend was using the bathroom at the moment.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
Lamar asked, did he have a bathroom he could go in, and Terrence told him yes.
Okay. And then what did you see happen next?
After Lamar came back in the back room, he sat down for about 30 seconds, probably.
I'm going to stop you real quick because I just want to make sure we're very clear about what happened, because you just said Lamar came back from the back room. So did you see Lamar go to the back room?
Yes.
Okay. So you saw Lamar go to the back room. How long was he there?
No, in a minute.
Okay. And then he came out.
Yeah, he sat down.
Where did he sit down?
Right across from me. Like, if I'm sitting right here, he would be to the left side, and he's like right in front.
Okay. You said that when Mr. Smith came in, he and Lamar looked at each other. You were able to observe both of them? And how long did that take? How long did they look at each other?
Not even on the 22nd. It was just a look and then he went back out.
Was anything said between them? Okay. Mr. Thomas came back, sat down. What happened after that?
22nd, then he asked for the keys to the bar. I gave him the keys and he walked out.
When you gave him the keys, what did you observe him to be doing?
Yeah, his hand under his sweatshirt.
Which hand?
Right hand.
And when you say under his sweatshirt, can you describe using words what you mean?
He has right hand under his hoodie, and he has look like he could have been clutching something under his armpit.
Which armpit?
Left.
So his right hand under his left armpit? Okay. And you said you handed him the keys?
Yes.
What hand did he take those with?
Left.
His left? Did he have anything else in his hand that you could see?
His phone.
His phone. Okay. Prior to getting to Ann Arbor that day, did you observe him to be possessing anything else?
Yes.
What did you observe him to be possessing?
Weapon.
What kind of weapon?
Wow.
What, can you describe that for the court, please?
Brown, Glock 19 or 17, and put automatic stuff.
Okay. And you observed that personally?
Yes.
Did you see that firearm when you were in the barber shop, but you had seen it before? Okay. After he gave you, or you gave him the keys, what did he do next?
Walked out the barbershop towards the car.
And what did you see?
As he was walking out the barbershop, as soon as he stepped into the street, turned around, see what the person was doing. And that's when the shooting happened.
When you say what the person was doing, what are you referring to?
The boys walking on the sidewalk and one of them reaching to grab her. But
Okay. How many people did you see?
so
Was one of them Mr. Smith that you just identified? Do you know who the other one was?
no,
Had you seen the other person before?
no,
Do you see the other person in court now, or could you not identify them based on what you saw?
no.
You couldn't identify them?
That's a tricky question because there was three of them, so I don't know if it was somebody other.
Okay. When Lamar walked out, what did you observe?
Walking with his head in his phone.
I'm sorry, his head in his phone?
Yes, like him looking down at his phone.
Okay,
And then up and turned around.
okay. And then you said what?
That's when he turned around and looking at his phone.
And when he turned around, what did you see?
And they reaching their weapon out their pants pocket on their pants area. And then him, that's when he grabbed his and the shot was exchanged.
Okay. And do you know which person fired shots? Okay. Now,
No,
No,
you did both.
thank you, Your Honor. Can you describe for the court how you could see this, what you were looking through?
okay, so if I'm facing forward in the chair, this will be the sidewalk. The defendants, well, the people is like right here. And Lamar is like straight ahead.
So I appreciate that, and the gestures are helpful for those of us here in the room. We can't put that on the record. So I want you to try and describe it using your words. I know it's not easy to do.
I'm facing straight forward towards the street of the barbershop. The people are walking to the right side of the barbershop, like on the sidewalk, going toward the end of the plaza, towards the right.
Okay.
And then Lamar's walking straight ahead towards across the parking lot.
Do you know where this barbershop is in Ann Arbor?
Packard.
On Packard?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just describe the parking lot and how that's situated from the barbershop?
It's a big parking lot, I guess,
Let me ask you this question. Is the barbershop a freestanding building?
by itself.
Yes, ma'am. No? How would you describe it then?
It's a business surrounded by other businesses.
Like in a strip mall?
Yes.
Okay. And the parking lot is in front?
Yes,
Is there like a sidewalk between the parking lot and the businesses?
yes.
Okay. That's where you observed the two young men?
Yes.
All right. After the shots were fired, what happened next?
Lamar started ducking down and running towards the car that was parked across from the barber shop. It was still in the parking lot, but it was parked across on the other side.
Okay.
And everybody went separate ways.
Which way did the other two people go?
They continued to run towards the right.
To your right, facing the front of the barber shop? After they ran, could you hear anything?
No.
Did you hear gunshots?
Like once, like that they was running, they were still shooting. Well, they was running and shooting at the same time.
Do you know how many gunshots you heard?
No.
Was it one gunshot? Multiple gunshots. After you heard the gunshots and people ran, what did you do?
I got up and outside to see to check on Lamar because I didn't see him no more.
Okay, and so where did you go?
I walked straight out the barber shop door, across the parking lot.
Could you see at this point, Mr. Smith, or any of the other people?
No.
Did you see where they had gone? So you walked across the parking lot. Did you see Lamar?
Yes.
Where did you see him? And where was he? Was he in the street? Was he? And is that's the sidewalk between the parking lot and the Packard's?
You said the sidewalk between the parking lot and Packard?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. And I know this is traumatic, but can you describe for the court what you saw as far as how Lamar looked?
Lamar, he was moving a little bit, but he wasn't for real, like he had been shot in the eye.
How was he laying?
Kind of on his side, but a little bit on his back.
Okay. Did you see blood? Where did you see that?
Running down his face, in his eye.
Did you see it anywhere else?
No.
Okay. What did you do?
I immediately tried to call the police. Well, I was making sure he was still breathing, and I'm telling him to stay with me while I called the policeman. Like, they are police officer for them.
Okay, and then what happened?
Police officer checked on him, trying to keep him breathing until the ambulance came.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You said you called his mother? Did you tell her what was going on? Okay. Did you speak to any officers after this happened?
Yes,
How many did you speak to?
probably 3.
Okay. And did you tell them all the same story entirely?
Yes.
Nothing was different?
No.
How many people were in the car with you when you drove to this location?
2.
Okay. You all right if I could have just a moment? And just to be very, very clear, the person you saw on the ground is the person you know to be Lamar Thomas.
Yes.
I have no further questions, Ms. Burns. Thank you very much.
And just so that we're clear, and they're going to start cross-examination in a moment. The barber shop, then there's a sidewalk. If you were going straight out the barber shop, there's a sidewalk. And then at some point, there's like a row for cars to park.
Yeah.
And then there's an open space where cars drive to park in that area. Then there's another row for cars to park,
Yes.
right? And then a sidewalk.
Yeah, sidewalk that's to the street.
And then the street.
No.
Okay. And where was, with that description, where was Lamar laying when you?
Between the last row of cars and the sidewalk between the street.
Got it. Okay. All right. Cross-examination.
Is it okay if I go first, Mr. Upstairs?
Whichever. Why don't we go this way around?
That's fine.
All right.
Thank you. Hey, Ms. Burns, I'm going to go back to the incident date if I could, okay? And I'm going to go through some different things, and if I tend to ask a question or I pause, feel free to answer. Let's try not to talk over each other. So if I understand correctly, there was a moment where you were, after the shooting, where you were in the parking lot and you were on the phone. Do you remember that? And there was a police officer, a female police officer, who came over to speak with you. Do you remember that? I just want to sort of set the stage, if I could, for that conversation with the police officer. Would you agree with me that that was just minutes after the shooting had taken place?
Yeah.
And Lamar was still on the ground, a few feet from you. Yes? And there was another police officer who was attempting to tend to him. Yes?
Are you saying 2 officers?
There was another officer that was trying to take care of Lamar.
Okay.
And if I understand correctly, you were frustrated by the pace of the ambulance and or emergency services.
Yes.
And that you have a nickname for Lamar.
FC,
Yes. Would you tell us what FC stands for?
favorite cousin.
And throughout your interaction with the police on that day, you were referring to him as FC, my FC, or my FC, or FC, stay with me, that kind of a thing, yes? A few moments, and I'm just going to talk about what you were experiencing. You were upset.
Yes.
And tell me if anything's are inaccurate. You were emotional, you were upset, you were sort of had a loud voice, you were putting your hands on your head, you were at various times crying, all those things were happening all at once, right?
Yes.
I think at one point you actually, before a while the female officer came to speak with you, you actually made some sort of loud, like that kind of a frustrated sound. You remember doing that? You put your hands to your face, and at one point you were crying. And the officer she asked you to sit down on the curb, or sit down. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And you were like, I can't sit down. Too upset, can't sit down. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in that frame of mind, the officer asked you a question. She asked you, what did you see?
Right.
And just tell me if in that emotional, excited state, you said, yeah, so you just were rattling things off to her, just stream of consciousness, just telling her what had happened, right? Yeah, you were just stream of consciousness. You were just in the moment, emotional, just sort of rattling off.
No, I told her exactly what happened.
You told her exactly what happened. Did you say to her, yeah, so the boy just came in there?
Yes.
He peeped who the boy was.
Yeah.
He asked for the keys to go to the car. Once he asked for the keys to go to the car, 2 of the boys walked by.
Yes.
I'm just going through sentence by sentence, just so we don't talk over each other, that's all. My FC got to clutching his gun.
Right.
The boy got to clutching his gun.
Right.
The boy, I think it's yelled first.
Didn't say that.
The boy turned first.
Yes.
They both got to shooting. My FC ran towards the car.
Yes.
A few moments later, another police officer who's a gentleman, a man, came over to sort of talk to you and work with you. Yes?
Yes.
And you had said to that officer, again, as soon as they turned their head, my FC grabbed his gun. Remember saying that? The other, and then you used the word the N-word. I'm not going to use that, but you said other N grabbed his gun. Do you remember that?
You said to say yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. You're good. You're doing well.
Other dude fired first. Now, I'm just going to go through one more thing with you if I could. Originally, when you ran over to where Lamar was, there was a male officer that was tending to him, trying to help him.
Right.
And I think he had yelled out to you, what happened?
Right.
And that was even sooner after the shooting. Still emotional. And you said they both got to clutching. And when I seen him reaching, and I think you said my FC was reaching too.
Yes.
So your FC was already reaching. Is that what you told them?
He was already clutching.
Already clutching. Next thing I know, they both got to shooting. The reason why I go through those things with you is that in that moment, you went through things chronologically with the officers.
Right.
And the first person that you told the police who clutched or reached for his gun was your FC. That's what you told the police.
Don't recall, because how did he reach for his gun if it was already hitting in?
I'm just asking you, chronologically, and we can break that down. When I say chronologically, I mean in the order of things. And the first person that you said to the police, you said, my FC got to clutching his gun. That's the first person amongst this whole group of people that you described as clutching his gun was your cousin. Yes? So that's first. Then it was the boy after, right?
Okay.
The boy is Omar, right?
Right.
After FC, and I'm just going to be clear, clutching is a phrase that I didn't come up with that phrase. That's your phrase, right? Clutching means holding, grabbing.
Yes.
Same thing. Could you, if you would, if I could fast forward a bit, or to go back a bit and talk about when the person you identified as Omar came into the barbershop. Okay, I want to go back there. The barbershop is I'm going to say long, which is not a very articulate word or very descriptive, but it's sort of a long, narrow business. Is that right? Yeah, like narrow. You walk in, and maybe that's not easy to answer. I can show you a picture, but you walk in the door and then there's some seats on the left, there's some seats on the right. Yes. And in the back, there are some actual barbershop chairs. Yes. It's not particularly wide. It's not like as wide as this courtroom, right? It's in fact pretty narrow. If you were just from this wall here near where the witness stand, almost to where the glass is, it's about that narrow. Fair enough?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when Omar entered into the barbershop, I want to make it clear, he walked in the front door. Yes? Now, and you've described him coming.
The courtroom goes silent when the judge snaps, "Normally, I would revoke your bond and remand you to jail right now." Missed drug tests, weak excuses, and zero tolerance. One more mistake, and he's in handcuffs. Today, only his attorney saved him.
In the front door to the police before, have you not?
Yes.
And you described it just now on the witness stand.
Same way I'm trying to say it.
Yes. So I want to also talk about, if I could, some of the things that you didn't describe or things that you didn't tell the police or didn't testify to about Omar coming in. Okay? Omar did not threaten Lamar when he came in, correct?
Yeah.
No, I know that. I appreciate that. Affirmatively, you agree he did not?
Wait, yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure that's not a double negative. So he did not threaten Lamar, right? Now, there are hand gestures you've seen people make before, and this is probably shows my age. I'm a little older than you are. People take their fingers out and do stuff like that. He didn't take his fingers out or hands out and do anything like that towards, right? This is another one people have done where they take their hand kind of and slice it across their neck. He didn't do anything like that, right? No words, no threats, no hand gestures directed towards Lamar, correct? He didn't even mouth anything, am I right? When I say I'm correct, yes? He didn't mouth anything like your dad or something, nothing like that? Now, I know you said that the two appeared to look at each other. What's that? You could see Omar looking in the direction of where Lamar was sitting.
Yes.
Where was Lamar sitting at that time? Where were you sitting at that time? And so you're in a chair. Are you in the first chair, the second chair, the third chair? So you're in the chair that's the closest to the front door. And there are some guest chairs, if you will, or waiting chairs right across from there.
Yes.
And he's sitting in one of those waiting chairs to the left of you. Is he sitting next to you or is he sitting across from you? Directly across. What I'd like to do, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna, Your Honor, can I mark an exhibit? Would that be all right? Or do I mark them or do you want me to mark them? Okay.
You're gonna use letters.
Yes, Your Honor. Should I use, do we just do it together sequentially or should I do one?
Sequentially, however you want it. Start.
I'll do Smith A.
Smith A. That's right. Will that work?
Ma'am, I'm just going to show you what I think are just 3 photographs. I'm going to show the state first. These were provided to us. These are screenshots from body-worn camera of the interior of the barber shop, and I want to see if you can identify these. May I approach the prosecution, Your Honor, to show them?
Yes, you may.
May I approach the witness?
You may.
May I approach you, ma'am?
Yes.
Should I go on the side or in front, Your Honor?
Whichever you're more comfortable with, counsel.
So I'm going to show you, ma'am, these, what I've marked as Smith A, Smith B, and Smith C. These are proposed exhibits. To see if you can look at these, look at each one, please, and tell me whether they appear to be at least accurate screenshots or photographs of the interior of the barbershop. All 3 are? Okay, so for the record, you looked at Smith A, Smith B, and Smith C. And you've indicated that Smith A, Smith B, and Smith C are accurate photographs of the interior of the barbershop. Is that correct?
Yes, but none of these show where he was sitting.
Okay, so we're just going to work through that for a second. So I'm going to move for the admission of Smith A, B, and C.
Any objection or what, dear?
No.
Exhibits Smith A, B, and C are admitted.
May I approach the witness again, Your Honor? May I approach you, ma'am?
Yes.
Could you just with an X, if you would, show me where you were seated and which exhibit you're looking at?
You said the X.
An X or a circle or what have you? Okay, so you circled that. I'm going to give you a little better. May I approach again, Your Honor?
You may.
May I approach again, ma'am? Let me give you a red. So just circle it because of the chair that you were in. Okay, thank you. That's on Smith A. I appreciate that. I want to show the court that as well, show the prosecutor. Do any of these exhibits show where he was seated? The seat that he was in?
No.
He was not in these seats here, so across from me. Okay.
He being whom?
Mr. Thomas.
Thank
Right?
you.
And then in C, is he in one of these chairs? This is the chair that Mr. Smith, that Mr. Thomas is in?
Yes.
Okay, would you just, if you would, around that circle, just write his initials. Thank you. Thank you, man. What's the drill? Thank you. Thank you. May I approach you, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Now, so Omar turned and walked out, yes? Lamar then got up from his chair, the chair that you circled in Smith Exhibit C, yes? He walked towards the back of the shop, yes? Now, I want to be very careful about this. You've been interviewed by several different police officers, we know that, right? And been interviewed by Detective McDonough, is that correct? Now, have you ever told Detective McDonough something different than what you testified to today about what Lamar did in the back of the shop?
No.
Did you tell Detective McDonough that Lamar got up, walked over towards the back of the shop, and put a bullet or a round in the chamber of the gun? You did tell him that. Now, one of the things that Detective McDonough did was he asked you whether Lamar always carried a firearm. Do you remember that? Did you tell him that Lamar always carried a firearm?
Probably.
Did you tell him that he carried a gun everywhere?
Probably.
Okay. Now, do you have any, again, I don't want to put you on the spot, but racking a bullet in a firearm, as far as you know, that makes the gun more ready to shoot?
Yes.
After Lamar, according to you, racked one in the chamber, he then came back and he sat down
Yes.
in the chair. He didn't sit down for very long, did he?
No.
He only sat down for a couple of seconds.
Yes.
He then got up, right? He then went to walk outside towards the front of the building. Yes? What's that?
First.
He asked for the keys. I'm going to be very careful about this in the way I ask these things, but at that time, and you've already described what you observed about Omar when he came in the shop. Yes?
Yes.
You did not observe Omar to be armed. Right?
Not until after the walked out.
Right. We're going to talk about when he was in. Fine.
No.
You did not observe Omar to be armed, correct? You didn't see the outline of a gun or a bulge or anything that resembled a gun coming out of his pockets. Is that true?
Right. I wasn't looking at it though.
I understand. And you never told Detective McDonough when you met with him that you observed Omar with what appeared to be or looked like or seemed like a gun inside the barbershop, correct? So let's just freeze frame, if we could, for a second right there when Lamar went to go walk outside and talk about what your state of mind was. When Lamar went to go walk outside, at that point, the only person that you knew to be armed was Lamar.
Correct.
You expressed some concern about Lamar after he racked one in the chamber, right? You were concerned, you were worried. Weren't you worried about trouble or something happening? Okay. What does that mean, that your FC can hold his ground?
He's a grown man.
Okay, I appreciate that. Could you elaborate on what you meant then when you said that he could hold his ground or he's a grown man? What do you mean?
He had his own business.
Do you mean you weren't worried that he was going to shoot somebody?
I didn't think it was gonna be a shootout.
When you saw him or heard him rack the gun, did you tell him to not do it or to put it away or it's not worth it or?
First of all, he went to the back room. That was something I assumed that he did. I know how he operates.
You know how he operates?
See him exactly doing, so I'm worried.
Well, let me try to flesh that out. I guess I'm trying to ask you, when he was in the back room with the gun, or when he racked one in the chamber and he asked for the keys, were you concerned about him doing something?
No.
Did you tell the police that you were concerned about him doing something? Isn't it true that you told Detective McDonough that you were worried and wanted him to walk out? You wanted Lamar to go out a back way?
No.
Isn't it true that when you were talking to detective, or when you were talking to officers Baldwin and Hoy while Lamar was being treated, that you were expressing to them that he tried to warn you, or that you could have stopped it, or anything like that at all?
He said something to me after the person that called the barber shop.
You didn't hear what he said to you?
No.
All right, let me have, I'd like you, if you could, to describe the gun that you saw Lamar carrying, please.
Okay.
Can you describe it for me?
Brown, brown frame, black line, and automatic thing on the back.
An automatic, and you, so it had a long magazine? May I approach the prosecutors, Your Honor, and show them? May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
You may.
May I approach him, ma'am? I'm going to show you what I've marked also as defendant's proposed exhibits, Smith Exhibit D and Smith Exhibit E. Take a look at these, please. And let me know whether or not you recognize those. I'm sorry?
Yes, I do.
You do? What do you recognize Smith exhibits, proposed exhibits D and E to be, ma'am? That's the weapon that you saw him have that day?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I move for the admission of exhibits, Smith Exhibit D and Smith Exhibit E.
Any objection of order?
No.
Exhibit D and E are admitted. Smith Exhibit D and E.
May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
You may.
May I approach him, ma'am, and collect those? Thank you. Your Honor.
Yes.
Second, Your Honor.
You may.
Her name is called, but she's not on Zoom. No explanation. No delay. The judge coldly responds. A bench warrant will issue immediately. In seconds, freedom disappears. This is how fast a court date turns into an arrest order.
Sorry, ma'am. Just so I want to. Did you tell Detective McDonough that when you gave Lamar the keys, you told him if there was going to be trouble, the two of you together could just leave? Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Upshaw.
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Any redirect?
Nothing further. Thank you.
All right. Ma'am, you may step down. Does she need any special consideration getting her out? You'll take her out? All right.
Be acceptable for us to then get other relatives who want to.
Yes, they can come back in. I'm going to step off. The defendants can remain in the courtroom if we're okay with that. Court's going to step out for a brief moment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, you can get them back in.